didn't already know it, I love sailing. It has been the major passion in my life since I was 18 and I first started sailing on Walloon Lake up in northern Michigan, and I absolutely loved racing this storm. I was trying to get as far south. I put up way more sail than I normally would, and it was phenomenal. And one of the things that I always find out at sea especially is that you have to go through some pretty rough stuff. But when you get a little slice of heaven out there, you just got to make sure you take it in, because before you know it, it's going to get taken away, and it did in a pretty big way.
Challenges are an essential part of life, right? That's the message professional sailor from northern Michigan is trying to share in his new book.
Yes, and how do you persevere through it? Jerome Rand is here to talk to us this morning about sailing around the world by himself, and of course also the lessons that you learn and what you share in these talks that you do across the country. So Jerome, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you, Rob. Actually, what I wanted to do was leave from Rockland, Maine, way up in the North Atlantic, go down into the South Atlantic, just touch the Southern Ocean. I just wanted to spend about 4 or 5 months out at sea without the threat of all these big scary places like Cape Horn and all that. It's really nice to take on a challenge like this, because from the moment you start to take that on, instantly your life now has this incredible purpose and you have this drive because you know exactly where you're headed and what you're trying to do. But what I was seeing were waves that top chunk just would break right off and start tumbling down in a thunderous boom. And it was absolutely terrifying to see.
Yo, Jim Rome here, out on the ocean. We got into a pretty bad storm last night today, and I got knocked down pretty much upside down. I don't know if I went all the way over. I was definitely pretty much upside down though. Holy smokes. All I felt was the boat just lurch over, and then I got stuff piled all over me. Oh my gosh, and I think I ended up in there pushing all the stuff off. Oh, look at all this. Now, other than that, I'm just feeling lucky to be alive. Huge. It looked like school buses breaking over the tops and tumbling down the fronts for 15 seconds. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Never, not even close.
During this whole time, I'm just like, I just want to get out of here. I want to make it through this, but it is a roll of the dice at this point. The ocean really doesn't even know you exist, so you have to always keep that in mind. I can also, with total truth, say that I'm very glad that I went on this voyage. And I think when we undertake these challenges like this, knowing things can happen, and they might happen, and we try and be as prepared as possible, it really is one of those things where succeed or fail, it doesn't really matter. We are going to learn about ourselves when we have these experiences. Woo-hoo!